we have never seen really, other than, well, I don't think we've ever seen anything like this from a president of the United States. And I think, as Jake said, it's sad and it is truly pathetic. And of course it is dangerous. And of course it will go to courts. But you'll notice the president did not have any evidence presented at all. Nothing. No real, actual evidence of any kind of fraud. He talked about people putting up papers in windows. He talked about things that he'd seen on the internet. That is the president of the United States. That is the most powerful person in the world. And we see him like an obese turtle on his back, flailing in the hot sun, realizing his time is over. But he just hasn't accepted it, and he wants to take everybody down with him, including this country. Gloria?
You know, mail-in ballots are so one-sided, too. I know that it's supposed to be to the advantage of the Democrats, but in all cases, they're so one-sided.
We're watching President Trump speaking live from the White House, and we have to interrupt here because the president has made a number of false statements, including the notion that there has been fraudulent voting. There has been no evidence of that. Allegations by his campaign, but his campaign spokespeople unable to provide any evidence. He also has suggested that the polls, and many of which were incorrect, were somehow the product of election interference. Chuck Todd, Andrew Mitchell with me.
So you saw two clips there that capture absolutely what a horror show Donald Trump's press conference was, where he just lied and desperately flailed around in an effort to save his presidency, which everyone is starting to see slip through his fingers as Joe Biden's basically about to win the 2020 election. In that first clip, you see Anderson Cooper say what we're all thinking. This is the world's most powerful man, but in this moment, he's acting like a turtle, flailing in the hot sun, and he's going to take the country down with him. He won't graciously accept defeat, so he's not going to let anybody get out of this unscathed. He's going to drag his own supporters, his own party, and his own country through the mud, all because he doesn't want to admit that people don't really like him all that much. And in that second clip, and this is perhaps more important, honestly, you have Lester Holt from NBC, who upon hearing Trump start to lie about mail-in votes and calling the pollsters vote suppressors and vote fraudsters, he immediately cuts away from the president. He contextualizes what the people had heard thus far, but he does not give it any more credence beyond that. Apparently, other networks like ABC and CBS also made the choice to cut away from Trump in that moment. And that is crucial because we have to be honest. Those sorts of lies are poison to the very democracy of the United States. And frankly, democracies all over the world because of the United States' deep influence. The president cannot speak like that and expect to get coverage. He is the president. He's probably given more leeway than he should get on Twitter and when he does these press conferences when it comes to lying. But there's a limit, and that more than crossed it. At that point, the president forfeited his right to coverage. He should not be able to use his election pulpit, especially in the actual White House, the symbol of the presidency, to lie to the American people and to the entire world. That was very encouraging. And I've often been, dismayed with how the mainstream media has covered this election and the president. But that was darn good to see. One final thing, and this might tell you everything you need to know. Daniel Dale, who covers the president full-time, fact-checking him, said, I've read and listened to everything Donald Trump has said in 4 years, since 2016. And that was the most dishonest thing I've ever seen from him. If that doesn't tell you this is a man that's done and dusted, I don't know what will.